The Nacra 17 is a new Olympic event for this cycle, and we've only had one World Championship so far. We did win a silver medal in last year's World Championship with Ben Saxon and Hannah Diamond. But as with all new Olympic classes, there's a lot of change within the class. Different sailors coming on form, learning new techniques, new skills, how to optimise the equipment. So there's quite a lot of change and quite a lot of volatility, I would say, in that class. It's also a boat that has different performers depending on the condition. It's a mixed crew. You have to have one male, one female sailing on board, and some of the boats have male crews and female skippers, and others vice versa, and depending on the wind conditions that can make a difference. And the boats are particularly lively when it's windy, and that can have a big impact on the results, because it's quite easy for people to be sailing fairly well and then end up capsizing or having gear damage in strong weather. So that's going to be a class where I think the results are going to be fairly volatile, but we will have some great performers there. Obviously Ben and Hannah will be looking to build on the silver medal they won last year, but they're going to be pushed pretty hard by our other British performers, Pippa, Walsh and John Gimpson, who won a bronze medal at the Olympic test event in Rio de Janeiro last month, and also Lucy McGregor and Andrew Walsh, who were looking like they were going to win a medal at the Europeans until unfortunately Andrew suffered some injury as a result of a high wind capsize. But they'll be looking to put that behind them now. This is their first event back, and getting back and showing that they are on track for being a realistic podium performer in the Nacra 17 class.
I think the fleet has changed hugely since last year. We've all been learning a huge amount. Every event we've been to, the fleet's really improved, and our racing skills have just got so much more sharp over that time. So I think the racing style will be totally different to last year. Obviously we hope a few things will be the same. We managed to come home with a silver medal last year. We're hoping to do the same or one better this year, so looking forward to getting going. A silver medal last year was a really nice surprise for Ben and I. We were a very new team sailing together. It was our first full-time campaign really, so that got our campaign going really, really nicely. Since then we've learnt a huge amount. We've worked really, really well together at all the big events, I think, narrowly missing out on some medals, some opportunities this year, so we'll be definitely hoping to set that straight. But being a World Championships, this is the event that we worked for all year, so hopefully we'll put a good series together and see what we can do.
So Lucy and I started, I guess, just before Christmas, and it's a really exciting class to be sort of racing in, I think. The racing's really hard, very tactical, very fast, and as I say, exciting. So yeah, going into our first Worlds is obviously a little bit unknown. Lucy obviously had quite a good Worlds the year before. We're now a new team, first World Championships, but I think we showed quite a lot of potential throughout the year. Sort of winning a couple of events and going well, so we just hopefully, you know, put all the races together, put a good series together, and hopefully been with a shout of a very good result here. I think we're going in with, you know, relatively high expectations kind of on ourselves. It's been quite a disjointed year with sort of, you know, my injury and a couple of breakages that were slightly unfortunate at some of the events this year. But generally speaking, we've always been certainly in the medal races and pushing for medals. So I think we're certainly going with, you know, high expectations. Certainly to be, yeah, fighting out at the front.
Really, really tricky place to sail. That's what we've experienced from the training. Can be very, very choppy out at sea, depending on the sort of tide state, and shifty, light and or windy, everything. We've seen literally everything here, so yeah, we just don't really know what to expect. So it's going to be important to just remain sort of calm and willing to adapt those changes. Every event is very different, and Nacra sailing especially, you know, it's either great or a disaster. So it's going to be an interesting event, especially with the conditions. I think for us it's important just to try and remain consistent. And obviously the first early part of the week is about qualifying, and then the Gold Fleet racing, and just trying to kind of take every race as it comes. We've got different course areas throughout the bay, and both inside and outside, and different conditions probably every day. So just trying to sort of put hopefully the hard work we've done into the racing and come away with a consistent result, hopefully.